Okay, back, video 2. All right, so I'm going to go over just the exercises and activities in the reading briefly. Hopefully it won't take 15 minutes. I say that every time, and yet it does. Okay, so here we go. Here's the schedule, and you'll see here, you'll see both videos. I'll put links. They're both going to be on YouTube. So you should be able to access them on my YouTube channel. And then you're going to be able to see, these are links to, each of the different assignments that I went over in the other video. So here for your exercise and your reading, you did this journalism or not, which was is due today. I want to just note that if you haven't done it yet, that's fine. I want to just note that I'm not telling you here, I'm not telling you what journalism is or isn't. And I'm doing that on purpose. I'm doing that because I want you to think through what you know about journalism and what you think about journalism and how you know something is or is not journalism, right? Because if I tell you, it'll be like, well, yeah. But if you have to go and kind of think about it and try and figure that out, we'll come up with some interesting questions, okay? And so that's what you're going to do. Oops, that's wrong. That's what you're going to do in the second part, in your response to what journalism is or isn't, okay? And that is your response that's here, due Thursday, okay? And you're going to look at the different posts that your colleagues put in the original exercise, and you're going to figure out, what do they say is journalism? What do they say is not journalism? Do you agree with them? Do you not agree? Are there parts that you agree with and parts that you don't? I'm always going to say, even if you disagree with someone, be kind, okay? There's no reason ever to rip someone apart, okay? That is not what we're here for. We can have conscious, pleasant disagreements, okay? Because what we're trying to do is think critically, and critical thinking does not require aggression. It just requires aggressive attention, okay? That's a dorky thing to say, but it's true. So, I want you to think about this. Look at what other people have put and posted. See what some themes are and connections that are emerging and being made, okay? And then I want you to think about some of these questions and respond to them, okay? And then you are going to also work on this class statement. And I haven't looked at this yet, so some of you may have already looked at this. You have not. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're going to write a collective statement, okay? And I've not really done this before because this is the first time I'm teaching this particular class, but I've done this kind of collective statements in other classes, and it's kind of interesting. It's fun because we're building off of each other, okay? And we're disagreeing with each other. Maybe sometimes in text, we're adding on, we're building, okay? So I just want you to make your own statement of what makes something news and what makes a news outlet trustworthy, right? How do you know you can trust a news outlet, right? So you can write one sentence or several paragraphs or whatever. You can include a quote from the readings. You can include a quote from one of your colleagues. For example, I give you an example here where if you take something that someone else has written and you put it into your statement, you can do that, okay? Just make sure that you note it's someone else's statement. So for example, if you are the first to be brave enough to go down here and start typing in, I consider news to be blah, 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 okay? And then somewhere in that, you want to take, you know, the combined power of factual reporting and telling stories in the form of news publication. You want to put that down there. Great. And then you're just going to highlight that, and you're going to make a little comment, and you're just going to say, Allie Williams. Well, actually, you can't call me Allie Williams yet. Professor Williams. Okay. And voila, there you go. And then you can keep writing. Blah, blah, blah. The news publication is essential to you know, authentic, transparent journalism, right? So what we're doing is we're editing, and then you can keep going, blah, 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 all right? So what we're doing is we are editing, we're working with other people's pieces of writing, we're integrating, we're creating a collective statement. And then we'll do this in class and maybe kind of break it down a little bit, put together a statement that we all kind of agree upon, okay? You can't get this wrong, and you cannot get either of these two exercises with journalism or not, or the response. You can't get it wrong, okay? It's an exercise, right? We're exploring, we're thinking critically. Okay, and then the third thing that you're going to do, or fourth, is this exercise that you're going to do on your own, which is going to take you outside of yourself and your room, and you are going to go to a location, okay, and you're going to draw a map of a space. And you're going to go to the quad in front of the library, and what I want you to do is just sit there. Well, first I want you to walk around and I want you to observe. Maybe you've crossed that quad 1,000,000 times, right? Great, but have you really looked at it, right? I want you to take some time and look around and really observe the buildings. Observe where people are collecting and congregating. Look at what they're doing, right? I bet you guys didn't know that actually there's a part of that space which is called like the free speech area. I think that's what it's called. It might be called something else. I got to get back on that. You know, there's different areas that you are crossing all day long and you may not even be consciously aware of. So what I want you to do is take some time and observe the area, observe the buildings, observe the people, observe the movements, and I want you to draw a map. You can make it detailed, you can make it very simple, but what I want to see is that you have paid attention and that you have sort of located some areas where things are happening, okay? You can talk to people and ask them what they're doing in different areas. And I want you to try to observe without judgment. So, you know, you might be seeing, maybe there's some kind of a protest or some kind of a, like a stand where people are kind of getting behind something that you may not be behind. That's totally fine, right? Just observe that and observe what happens, right? Without judgment as much as you can, and create a map that kind of maybe shows something about that, right? And I wonder if there's a story in that, right? I wonder where there are stories in what you're seeing. And so that's what I want you to do. I want you to observe the environment, walk around the environment, observe again, watch the people, see the spaces that are congregating. I want you to draw a map, and then I want you to think about potential stories. You will likely not write these stories. That's not really the point of this exercise, okay? You might, but maybe not. What I want you to do is just brainstorm stories, okay? This is just to kind of get your brain going, Okay, and then bring your map to class, even though we'll be having class on Zoom on Tuesday, next Tuesday. I'll still ask you guys to maybe show your maps, a couple of you, if you'd like to share your maps. And, we can just screen share them or whatever, okay? Alrighty. I think that's all for now. I hope you're having a really good first week. I know there's probably things going on here and there, but just try to take it easy. It'll all come together, or at least it usually does. And if it doesn't, well, it will eventually. And if you have any burning questions, then let me know. But everything you need should really be right in the syllabus. If I've missed something though, and I've missed something big, please let me know, okay? Like if you can't access something, then please let me know that, because if you can't access it, probably someone else can't either. And then no one can see it. Okay, so somebody has to let me know, all right? I'm having a great time in Italy. I'll send you guys an email, maybe with some pictures too. And it's going to be a really cool week, and I'm really excited to share with you a lot of the things that I'm learning. Yeah, I will see you soon. All right, take care.